What's going on, my good people? Want to holler at y'all real quick, short and sweet. So many words. Stop being naive to the wordplay. Say it again. Stop being naive to the wordplay. Meaning, stop thinking because people agree with you because of words that they kick it with you, that they really fuck with you the long way when they really don't. I always say talk is cheap. Actions speak louder than words. Stop believing to yourself because a person is in agreement with you when y'all having a conversation and you speaking on the next level, strategizing all these different things that they in your corner or that they rooting you on. That's talk. They saying it because it sounds good. You don't know what their intentions are. That's why we always say move in silence. Keep things to yourself. Don't tell everybody the move you about to make. At this time, it's like, trust yourself. You have to trust yourself for you to be able to possess trust and give out trust. But you do that with the people who shows, not talk, but shows themselves to be trustworthy. You don't just give out trust like it's hotcakes. Like, nah, that's where you go wrong. That's where you get set up. That's where you get discouraged. This is where they able to know what your next move is, and because they may possess envy and jealousy even when they smiling in your face telling you that they believe in you. Just because they say they believe in you don't actually mean they believe in you. It's no longer about what are you saying that is the actual thing. Is what are you showing that's in essence of you going to the next level. Not saying you need them to do the work for you because you're doing the work, but doing as they say. So the doing as I say, not as I do statement that was said to us back then, we already know that's not in alignment. So the doing as you say, whatever you're saying that you're doing and you're actually doing it is in alignment. So if people coming around you and telling you that they believe in you, they got faith in you, they know you can do it, and they put their foot in their own mouth by saying they would do, or they can do, or they're willing to help, they're willing to support, and they don't do that, then you already know what it is. It's a no-brainer. It's nothing to really second guess yourself about. But the reason I'm speaking on it, because a lot of people, even when they start to do the work, because they not completely, for lack of a better term, confident in who they are and the power they possess, they tend to stay on the fence and go by what feels good to them instead of logically going off of what is good for them. It's just like in food groups or medicine or herbs or however you want to put it. They always tell you majority of the stuff that's out here fruit-wise that's bitter is more likely good for you than the stuff that's sweet. So you got some of us who deal with the bitterness of whatever it might be and the taste that we need to take to better ourselves, to get better and get to the next level, vice the other ones who, even if they know it's going to make them better and it's good for them, they rather still go with the sweet side. Because why? It's something they like. The taste is good. They can stomach the taste. They don't like the bitter stuff and this, that, and the third. So they're not looking at the bigger picture. So a lot of people get tricked out of their position, not because they don't know what their position is, but because they don't know the power they possess in their position. That's like somebody giving you a title. You already know how I feel about titles. If you ain't living the title and you just talking the title, then that ain't you. Anyhow, when it comes to a title, when you're giving a title to yourself, or somebody gives you a title, naturally they're giving you that title, or they want to give you that title because what you're already doing. So they already see you in that light. That's where they speak on potential. So when they're speaking potential to the people who are already showing it, is the ones who end up attaching to these labels, to these titles, because the actions speak louder than the words. That's why the words attract to it. That's why whatever your actions are, the way you act is what you attract. So if you're showing yourself to be who you say you are, if you're showing that, that's who you are. But if you're just saying it because it sounds good, eventually somebody gonna pull your card. So stop being naive to wordplay. You got a lot of people who can speak and they are considered very, very highly intelligent because they got wordplay. Because they could read something out of a book, and then they could put it in routine, standardized but unique way to get you, or to persuade you into believing that what they're saying is true. When it's like, okay, sounds convincing, but the thing that causes the issue is when you see that it don't match what they do. It's not that hard. It's only hard because we allow it to be. We make it difficult because we don't want to accept the real, the truth. We want to say stuff that is temporarily good in the moment. So we feel bad when we'll complain. We'll have people in the background complaining about and gossiping about whatever it is that a person is doing that's different from what they're saying. And a lot of people be behind closed doors talking about, complaining about them. Oh, this person is this, but this person is saying this, but they really this. Oh, this person used to do this. Oh, but no, this person do this now. Oh, but they ain't, none of the stuff they talking is what they live in. That's what they do behind closed doors. And then when they get in front of them, they smiling in their face. Oh, yeah, you doing your thing. And yeah, like, come on. The real ones out there, stop being fooled by that. You know that's bull. It's a bunch of bull. You know it. Especially when you're doing the work, you can feel it. You can see it clear as day. It ain't nothing in your brain that's gonna tell you that this person is trustworthy. It's actually doing the opposite. It's telling you that they're not. But because the feelings and emotions of sympathy, you'll go with it. And that's what most people do, that talk shit behind closed doors and then smile in that person's face because they're looking for that benefit that they could connect to with that person. And then when it don't go like that, that's when the real them comes out. And then it's like, oh, wow, that's who you really are. But it's like, why even wait till it get to that point when you already know what it is? You already know the only time people are forgiving, really forgiving a bully after they done talked about the bully is when the bully gets beat up. That's when they want to feel sorry for the bully. But it's like, why didn't you correct that bully? Why didn't you stand in your confidence and your power and let that bully know what it is that they're doing that ain't mixed to what should be shown? Like, it just don't make sense. But that's what a lot of people do. So they come around you, or they study you, or they think they're studying you. They'll watch certain things that you do. They'll watch certain people you're around. They'll try to figure out what places you go to, who you hang with. And then they try to blend in on some camouflage shit. Like, they are part of that. Like, oh no, I'm with the winning team. I want to see you win. But if you actually really doing the work, the words come and the words go. You will know that it's just talk. You will know that it's cheap. You will know that they don't have anything to offer you to get to the next level because they wasn't around when you was at the level that they could have offered you something. They chose not to. So I'm going to say it again. Stop being naive to the wordplay. Even when it comes to relationships, especially relationships. And I'm saying this just based off conversations from the past to now to things that I see myself headed towards with the change of people, places, and things, and how the conversations are different than what they used to be. But you still have a lot of people who have the lack of confidence. So when it comes to relationships, they can know that a person is doing them wrong, doing them dirty, disrespecting them behind closed doors, or however you want to put it. But yet, when they get in front of them, the wordplay, the person telling them, "What, I love you. Oh, I didn't mean to do it. No, I'm going to do better." And they run with that sympathetic conversation to justify what they already know is not what it is. They know they saying some BS. They know it. But yet, they'll allow it with hopes. With hopes that person is going to conform to what they said, instead of having the expectation that until your actions show, I'm not going by what your words say. Because you don't have to tell me anything of what you're gonna do if you actually gonna do it. If you're gonna do it, you're just gonna do it, and then I'm gonna see it, and then you can speak on what you've done. And I think that's the quote-unquote difference that separates a lot of people from the good and the not so good. You got one side that actually go by what a person says and then wait to see if they're gonna do it, and then time just go by until they tired of waiting. Then you got the opposite side, how we look at it now, that when a person does whatever it is that they supposed to do, then it's like, all right, you did what you're supposed to do. Yeah, you can speak on it. Now it's more informative. Now it's more enticing. Now it's in the field of consideration. It is going to make me want to connect more because you already did it and I know it works, rather than telling me what you think might work when you never even went through it. You don't know nobody who went through it, and you're not even going through it, but you're trying to convince me. Nah, come on. We better than that. We all grew from that. And the ones who didn't grow from it, who wants to grow from it, keep pushing, but deal with that tough love within yourself first. Y'all know what I always say, go within, connect with the Most High and your spiritual team, and learn you, get to know you. When you get to that point in life, you begin to understand on different levels that the average people that's around you who don't want to change, who don't want more. I'm not even going to say who don't want better, because a lot of people are content within who they are and where they at. But if you're a person, you're an individual, or you're that, what I like to say, fierce, connected person who has something in them, that fire that just keeps burning, that's telling you, your soul is telling you, is more. It's more you supposed to be doing. It's more you're going to be doing if you push. Then you don't allow mediocre to take over, because you're not mediocre. You got to push through. You're going to have a lot of people who are going to try to slow you down or even try to stop you, not because they actually are mad because you want to do it. They actually mad within themselves, whether they admit it or not, because they choosing not to do it or they can't do it. But you don't allow their perception to become your reality. And I know I said that in a message, in a previous message in the past, where their perception is not your reality unless you allow it to be. That's with anybody. And for the people out there who got children, like I always say, the kids don't go off what you just say out your mouth. Yeah, through commands, they're listening because they already being trained and taught that that's what they have to do. But when you actually allow a kid to be a kid, yeah, you keep them out of danger and you keep them away from the manipulation tactics that a lot of people used to do to you or try to run on you. And because you separated yourself and you grew from that, you don't do that to your own child. You get what I'm saying? You just keep them in that balanced line. And then you will see the difference. You will see the real them. It won't be no generic, traditional shit that we used to. And that's another thing of being naive to the wordplay. If you say life is supposed to change, life is supposed to get better, life is supposed to be different, then why are all of us out here trying to do the same thing that the last people did, that the last people did, that the last people did? Nothing is going to change if you're doing it that way. That's where that piece comes in when they say generational curse. You're doing the same traditional thing. Yeah, we always say, oh, that's what worked because this how it's always been. But the truth of the matter is, obviously, it hasn't worked. This is just how it always been, but it hasn't worked. Because if it worked, the majority of us wouldn't even be complaining to this day about equality and certain things that you feel you deserve as a people or as an individual or so forth, so on, etc. But a lot of people don't understand that all of these things that take place is because change has to be made. Change is inevitable. Change is going to happen whether we like it or not. It's just what side are you going to be on? Are you going to be on the side of change that is you flowing with the current of it? Or you going to be on the opposite side of change where you in resistance and then you got to go through all the struggles, all the difficulties of trying to push against a wave? Have you ever tried to push against a wave that's coming full force? You trying to, instead of going in the direction that the wave is going in, you trying to go against the wave? Do you know how stressful and oh man, it's frustrating because you're draining yourself. And it's the same way when it comes to your energy, protecting your energy. When you're around people who's in opposition of your growth, when your growth should be natural and flowing and you allowing it, you going with the resistance of what they say rather than what you know you have to do, you're gonna get drained. You're gonna drain your energy continuously being around the wrong people. And there's a such thing called harnessing energy. So when people running this wordplay on you, acting like they believe in you, acting like they kick it with you the long way, acting like they in your corner through words, not through actions, through words, is only because they want to be around you to harness your energy. And when they harness your energy, they could utilize that to manifest off of your energy, because you have good, great energy, especially when you connected the source to the Most High and your spiritual team, and everything you touch turns to gold, and you manifesting in a way that they see it, but they don't want you to see it the way they see it. It's like, yo, I gotta be around this person. I gotta connect with them because nothing is happening for me unless I'm around them. When you truly wake what we call the fuck up and know what's going on around you, knowing the rules to the game of life, and seeing that we not playing, like this is real life, we not playing. We call it the game of life because it's surreal when certain things happen because we're not used to it, but it happens. So, short and sweet, stop being naive to the wordplay that people bring your way when you know in your soul that they don't mean you no good. They haven't shown anything to say that their words are accurate and good standards to connect with who you becoming and the direction you going in. Some people only connected to you or on the journey with you to a certain point. And when you get to that certain point, No matter how good everything was going or seemed, when you get to that point and they comfortable in that point and they want to chill, but you want to keep going, you got to have that strength and you got to keep pushing. You got to keep going. If it means I'm never going to see this person again, if it means me and this person not going to be as tight as we was at one point, if it means me and this person ain't going to that level of wealth, abundance, or whatever it might be that you looking forward to, that they're not looking at and they okay with where they at, you got to let them be. That's the respect level. Like, I'm gonna let you be where you want to be, and I'm gonna go be where I want to be, because before they came along, you already knew what was planted in you. You could feel it. You probably didn't fully understand because you didn't have that full development, but you knew what it was. You knew it was something in you that was telling you, nah, you got to keep going. It's somewhere you're supposed to be, even if you don't know exactly what the place is, where the place is, or how the place is supposed to look. You know it's something in you that's pushing you, and that's your inner you. So if you connect with the inner you, the most high, your spiritual team, and get to know the inner you, then you'll know these things, and you'll know where you headed. You'll know what direction to go in. You'll know what the destiny is and what you're supposed to be doing and where you're supposed to be going. And then when you get to the point of discovering your purpose and knowing what it is you're supposed to be doing in life, and then you realize that 85 to 90% of the people that were surrounding you weren't around you because they loved you or they kicked it with you or they was cool with you. They was around you because they was in a disguise. They was false people who had to keep you from looking past where you were to get to your next level. So they try to block the road. You know how it be when they do roadblocks. Most of the time we really think it's like some type of construction going on, or they doing work down there, when the whole time is, most of the time they just stopping traffic. They send traffic in one direction so they can have whatever that they have going on the opposite side take place with no distractions. It's the same thing. Some people are put there as roadblocks to distract you so you don't go in the direction and get there quick, or to make it easy, or to give up, or to say, oh, I can't get down, or this exit closed, or this a roadblock down here and this the way I usually go. You know what? I'm gonna just go back where I started and I'm gonna just relax. Maybe it was not meant for me to go down to wherever I was headed to. That's what they want. But when you have that discernment, that strong discernment of knowing, there's nothing that's gonna stop you. You're gonna say, damn, this a roadblock, I can't get down this way. Shit, let me turn around, let me see if there's another way to go. So now you get directed to another way. So you find another way. It might take you longer, but because you got the willpower, you got the strength, you got the courage, you got the confidence, you like, yo, by any means necessary, I'm gonna get there. So now you start coming into your strength on a whole nother level. You start seeing people for who they truly are as you start discovering things as you traveling on these different roads to your destination. So that's why they tell you the journey is most important. You learn through the journey before you even get to the destination. You're going to appreciate the destination because of the journey. Because the things you're discovering when people try to distract you from going in one direction, they put a roadblock there from what you was familiar with, like, oh, I could just go down this way and it'll take me straight down, and then it's blocked off, and then you got to go a different way where it's foreign to you. You don't even know where it's leading you. You just know you got to go a different route, but then you start discovering stuff while you going these different ways by yourself that none of these people who was there to distract you are seeing. So you start coming into remembrance. You start, oh, okay, this familiar. Oh, well, I never saw this, but I didn't know I could go this way to get over here. And when you start beginning to connect with that, now when you come back around these people, because you had to circle back around and it's taking you longer, and you run into them and they trying to do it again, now you already know what they there for. It's like, oh, okay, this person trying to keep me from getting down to this point. And then you start throwing a little test out to see if they really for you or not. And when you see that they not for you, you don't got to get upset. You don't got to wow out and explain to them like, oh, I know what you're doing, or tell them, nah, you don't got to do that. You just see it for what it is and say, all right, I know what I know. I know what's behind this. So now I got to move smart. And then you move in silence. and you bust different moves and you set yourself up in a way where you know you're going to win, even knowing that they trying to set things up to keep you from winning. And in the end, it's going to pay off. You're gonna see why the Most High took you through all of the different obstacles or all of the different ways that you thought was slowing you down, because you was focused on what they was doing. But when you started focused on what you were doing and what you needed to do and what you seen that the Most High and your spiritual team was guiding you to do, then you understood, like, oh, all right, I get it now. I had to go through this for me to discover this. If they didn't block that exit off, I'd have never went the opposite way to discover what I discovered on that journey. So don't ever look at the journey of life, of you headed to your purpose and your desired destination that the Most High has put in you to get to that point. You got all the tools that you need, all the necessary things you need. So even when it seemed like it's not happening the way you think it should, it's only because it's not familiar to you. So that's why I'm always speaking about the taking losses of whether it be your place, your vehicle, money, and all these different things. People are put in these situations to distract you. People sending you spell work and all these negative entities towards your way, or negative energy, or jealousy and envy, or the evil eye, and all these different things they sending towards you is to distract you. But all of these things are happening for a specific reason. It's just to make you stronger if you following suit, if you connecting, if you really got that courage, if you building that courage, because that's what it's going to help you do. It's going to help you see clearly, but you got to keep going. You got to keep going. You can't get discouraged just because of what somebody say. And that's what I'm saying. Don't be naive towards the wordplay. Don't fall for that, because that's what it's for. They want to take you out with words, because if you can't see past the veil, especially at this point, it's going to be easier for them to throw them spiritual attacks and throw these different things your way. But when you see past that veil, because you actually doing the work, you already know what they saying ain't real, because your actions already show the things you discovering when they try to send you in a different direction that they thought was going to be the wrong direction was only the right direction. How they say what the enemy put in for your bad, the Most High takes and make for your greatest good. That's all that's taking place. But you gotta buckle that seatbelt, give the Most High and your spiritual team that permission from your willingness, from your free will, and tell them to take the wheel, and you gonna ride clean, smooth, with no worries. And that's what it gotta come to. At any given time, you could tell your spiritual team, the Most High, like, nah, I don't want you taking the wheel, I want to go back. But then you're gonna go through the same thing. You're gonna be like, how I end up back at this point? And that's what you don't want to go through. That's what you don't want to go through. So don't be naive by their wordplay. And I'm sitting here trying to think of the name of the movie. I can't remember the name of the movie, but I'll just give you a quick description of it. It was a movie I watched maybe like a year and a half ago, if I'm not mistaken. But it was about a family that was in a van, and there was something in the road, and then, like, I guess the ghost would put something in the road to distract them off of whatever the direction was, and they kept coming right back to that, whatever that village was, that they just kept ending back up in that village where they get stuck there forever. I don't know the exact name of it, somebody will figure it out, but I'm using that as a scenario of why a lot of people continuously repeat the same cycle, keep finding themselves coming right back to the same thing, coming right back to the same people, the same places, the same BS, the same drama, the same poverty mindset, the same lack mentality, because they don't want to do the work to get out of it. But when you choose, because it's always a choice, when you choose that you're going to do the work, and by any means necessary, you're not going to give up and you're going to make it out, trust and believe, when you bust that move, the Most High and your spiritual team going miraculously, like we say miracles, we say magic, embrace the magic, the divine support from your angels and your ancestors. Oh yeah, you gonna see things happening that you didn't even know could possibly happen. You didn't even know was possible, because now you're aligned. You're in alignment with the Most High and your spiritual team, and your angels and your ancestors is gonna come in and give you everything you need when you need it. It may not happen the way you want it to, because they trying to teach you. They trying to let you see clear, to learn the lessons and what it is that you need to learn. And as you continuously go, they're going to show you the good to let you know you're going in the right direction. And then when you feel like you want to double back, keyword feel like you want to double back, because it's feelings and emotions that could also be played against you to stop you, to make you feel like you're doing something wrong or you got to go back. But then Most High and your spiritual team going to show you why, if you go back, these are the things you're going to keep experiencing. And then you still get to make that choice. So, like I said, don't be naive to the wordplay, because that's what most of them who don't want to do the work gonna come around when they see you busting a move and going. They trying to tackle you to keep you stuck. So don't fall for it. They know how powerful you are. You just got to know how powerful you are. That's why they won't come at you direct. That's why they, like I heard somebody say, they throw rocks and hide their hands. Those are the ones you got to watch out for. But you won't have to completely watch out for them, because you're going to know who they are if you're doing the work. If you staying connected to source, to the Most High, to the divine, to your spiritual team, and you'll be good. So that's basically what I want to come on here and say to y'all. Don't be naive by the wordplay that people bring around, because they don't really kick it with you like that. They just acting, keyword acting, to get you to stay in a certain zone for them to benefit off your energy and manifest their life the way they want it to be, while you go through the low vibrational hardships and all these different things to keep you stagnated. So you already know, I love y'all. Keep putting out joy, peace, love, happiness, all that good stuff. And I'm going to get at y'all in the next one.